Hello everyone, this is SWTOR here, back with another SWTOR Republic video. Today I forgot to do another SWTOR Republic discussion video. In today's SWTOR Republic discussion video, we're just going to be talking about credit inflation. Now the reason I'm going to be talking about this topic overall is mainly because it is a pretty important topic, and not going to lie, mainly because a lot of people have started to notice it. As you guys may know or have noticed, a lot of items on the GTN have gone up a lot in credits. A lot of people have been wondering why, so I just wanted to make a pretty simple video on it just for a discussion. So if you guys enjoy this SWTOR discussion video, as always, if you guys enjoy these videos, then make sure to leave a like. And if you guys want some nice gaming glasses, then check the links down below. No scope gaming glasses, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in the discussion. Alrighty guys, let's get into the discussion right now. So as you guys know, in the SWTOR Republic, pretty recently, people have noticed that the prices for many items on the GTN have gone up. Now this is due to credit inflation. Now if you don't know exactly what happened, is basically, as you guys know, in SWTOR Republic there are many ways to get credits, and by getting credits, you know, obviously just getting tons of credits can really help people out. And by getting, you know, many credits, you can of course buy really cool things. Maybe stuff that isn't really, say, quote-unquote required, like, you know, stims and whatnot. So people, of course, like to get credits. So by getting credits, of course, you can buy many different things, right? And like I say, the further it came along, and with the Knights of the Fallen Empire, they introduced the heroic missions, which gave another option to get credits. Then we have daily. Then we also do have daily missions. People have noticed that if you get into a full group for doing heroics, you can get tons of credits by completing the bonus missions. So people have basically just gotten these on farm, just doing all the heroics every single week, just getting tons of credits. So by doing that, obviously there are more credits that are being generated into the game, which is allowing, you know, even more people to, of course, get rich pretty fast. And by this happening, it's making the prices go higher and higher and higher in the SWTOR Republic for items, mainly because even then, you know, credits are becoming extremely easy to get now. So since credits are becoming extremely easy to get, people are, you know, obviously starting to raise the prices on items. A lot of people tend to notice, as a common example of this is, you know, the SWTOR Republic cartel hyper crates. People have started to notice that the prices mainly on most servers have gone up by, you know, actually like about 100%. I've seen sometimes, I remember earlier, you know, in, I guess say, SWTOR Republic, you can find hyper crates for around, you know, 15 million, 16 million credits. And then now on this server you can find them for like 28 million and such. And the reason that came up, of course, is because once again credits became way easier to obtain. Another reason that also happened is because there was an exploit that allowed people to get multiple items. It was kind of like a duping exploit, I guess. I mean, I don't really know about it. I didn't really care about it. I didn't actually hear about it at all. The only time I heard about it was when, I say, Eric Musco made the little post on it, and Bioware just talked about it, just saying, you know, that they were fixing the issue. That's how I knew about the little thing, or the actual, I became aware of it. And that also was something because people got so much stuff by just duplicating. And then by duplicating, of course, you know, they were able to sell that stuff. And then people were just, you know, buying them. But even then, you know, that wasn't really generating credits per se. Because, I mean, even then, you had people, I mean, that was other people's credits of buying the said items. It's not like they were duplicating credits, I believe. But even then, you know, just by, I guess, it becoming easier to get credits in the game, it kind of starts a bit of inflation, and people start to notice that, you know, hey, items are becoming you know, way more expensive because, of course, you know, of how easy it is to make credits. And a lot of people are like, you know, when they are lower levels or lower level players, they're like, you know, hey, this stuff is really expensive. Why is that? And then they're just having some issues. And then, of course, people, I may say when you're kind of leveling up, if you're like a new player and you don't really have any other characters or ults, or you don't do dailies or anything, it is, you know, a bit of a struggle because, of course, you know, you just walk in and you see, hey, you know, all these items on the GTN are super expensive. So people just kind of, you know, wonder that. And then, of course, you have to realize that with the more ways to actually get credits and stuff in the game, I say the more the credit prices for stuff starts to rise. Because, I mean, the more ways you have to get credits, more like really simple ways to get credits, it makes the prices go up. Because, I mean, even then, if you think about it, it's like, you know, you work really hard to get this one item and you want to sell it on the GTN. For example, you know, like the Zerka Cratomatic. So say, you're just minding your own business, playing the game, you get it, or you're one of the people that actually plays the GTN and has millions of credits. You just get the Zerka Create-O-Matic. You have multiple of them. Maybe even if you just have one, or you're planning on buying one. Say you're planning on buying one, you may notice that the price has likely increased a little since you have last seen it early on in the game. Because of course, once again, credits aren't worth as much, I guess you could say, because they can be obtained easier, or way more easier than they used to be. And it's the same thing, of course, with the person that's selling the item, because, I mean, if you think about it from their perspective, they likely are going to be like, hey, I want to get, my credits worth from the said item. I want to sell it for a lot more. But even that, even besides the point, people will sell stuff on the G10 for a lot higher because some of the stuff is rare, or it was from older cartel packs, which that makes sense. But even that, sometimes just for like regular stuff, people tend to make the credit prices really low, or rather they tend to be somewhat high, mainly because of course you have people just constantly getting those said items, and by getting the said items, they of course want to sell them, and they obviously aren't going to sell them for a low price when they realize hey, I can get this stuff pretty easily. So people tend to do it like that, or they tend to think just like that, mainly because they feel like it is kind of, I say in that point, that's kind of what it's meant to be, or rather that's what should happen. Is of course, if you have an item on the GTN and you do want to get credits and that it's worth a lot, you definitely want to get a lot of credits. I mean, you aren't going to be like, okay, this person has it up for 13 mil, so I'm just going to undercut it and sell it for 8 mil. So I mean, no, people are going to try to sell it for close to around the 13 mil. They may undercut it, sure, but they aren't going to want to sell it for a low amount. So the more credits are generated, and the more people will have, obviously every single week, the more that the prices are gonna rise, because then people are just gonna continue to buy them up, and then the credits are really easy to obtain, and people realize that, so they're like, hey, I need to start raising the prices up because these credits are really easy to get. So that's something I noticed right there, is that it tends to be when people, of course, have the credits and they get tons of credits, they realize they're easy to obtain. They obviously do start to raise the prices. Or if they realize they have a rare item and they realize people have a lot of credits now and people are willing to pay that amount, they obviously will raise the price. But even then, I have seen some forum posts and stuff, people talking about how this is becoming a serious issue, about how people can get so many credits in the game extremely fast. Which, I mean, even then, I'm fine with it right now. The only thing I can see it where it becomes a huge issue is later down the road, like a year from now, people are playing Star Wars Republic, and next thing you know, simple items are just like 1 million credits each, which I can almost like 100% guarantee that will never happen. But I can just imagine some of the simple items, say for example stims. I mean, even then, stims are incredibly cheap on most servers now, the stims right here, the high-end stims. But even then, just imagine we get to the point where there's so many credits in the game, if you can generate so many credits, that stuff starts to, I say, lose its value, because people start to buy stuff up really quickly for one said item. There's a really high demand for it, so of course they get bought up extremely quickly. Even at somewhat high prices, the prices rise even more, because of course you have a lot of people coming in with tons of credits, and then the prices just slowly rise for that said item. So it just continues to happen, a constant cycle of the items slightly rising, and then by those items slightly rising, it just comes down to the credits increasing for stuff that you can buy. But even then, in Star Wars Republic, there's just regular vendors, so it doesn't really affect the regular vendors, honestly. More credits for like the NPCs. But I feel like for the GTN, some people have noticed that since there's so many credits that you can actually obtain through doing a said task, it really can change a bunch of stuff up. Now, I know I probably messed up some things in this Star Wars Republic discussion video, which is fine if I did mess up, certain things for this particular discussion. You can obviously leave them in the comments down below, because I know I likely was wrong in some points. But these are some of the stuff that I actually started to notice based off different forum posts and stuff. And of course, just by playing the game, I've noticed that the credits have increased when it comes down to buying stuff overall on the GTN and in the game. Mainly because, of course, the more credits people get, obviously, and the more, the easier it is to get credits, the prices for the stuff on the GTN start to change up a lot. But yeah, that's just some stuff I just honestly noticed from, forum posts and just observations from playing the game. So if you guys enjoyed this Star Wars Republic discussion video, as always, if you guys enjoyed these videos, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.